Hey y'all, Farmer Nicole here. I am out with Tank. He is our 4-month-old. We have successfully rehomed 4 of the 5 puppies, and we have decided that we are probably going to hang on to him. He is adorable, he's wonderful, he's incredibly intelligent. Until we find, or if we find the right home for him, then maybe. But at this point we are working on training, so this is his first cameo appearance with the chickens. He has been with the sheep for the last 2 months of his life, and with 5 puppies it was just too overwhelming for the sheep and myself to have to navigate all of them. So right now I have Dad, which is Amadeus, and I have Tank. We've named him Tank because he's pretty chill. He hangs out, he sits, he's observant, he's a force to be reckoned with, and at the same time he is just a love, super intelligent and curious and confident and all those wonderful things. So we're excited. So I am bringing you on the first experience with him so that you can see what's going to happen, good, bad, and indifferent. I've got the chickens right here. He's not sure about them. So I'm going to do with him what I did with the other dogs, the puppies when they got here. And I just bring them out, hang out with them, walk around, do my thing, and let them experience hanging out with the chickens. So everybody's got a different philosophy, and what works for some doesn't work for others, and vice versa. So I'm just going to share with you what works for me. I do not believe it's my place to judge other people nor tell you how to do it per se. I just believe that it's my responsibility to share with you how it works for us and what does and doesn't work. And in doing so, then we are able to provide some information that may work for you, may help you, and if it does, awesome. If it doesn't, no problem, but at least this way, it's down here between the toes, this way at least you get some experience as to, or get to watch some of our experiences. I guess maybe that's the best way of saying it. So I'm out here. We have several different breeds. I am Farmer Nicole at Circle C Farm here in Southwest Florida. I've got Tank out here and I've got Amadeus over there, and we're walking around the laying hens. We have several thousand laying hens. This is where all of our amazing pastured eggs come from. We offer a raw egg. By raw, I mean it is not pasteurized. It is not heat treated. We are 100% pasture raised on this farm with our meat chickens, our laying hens, our laying ducks, our meat ducks, and obviously our pork, beef, and lamb. So that being said, he is right here. He is doing awesome, tongue wagging. Now, I will tell you, I gave myself an advantage tonight. I brought him out of the pasture with the sheep. He's had about a half an hour to hang out with the other 3 adult dogs, his mom, his dad, and his auntie, his tia. And he's doing super great with them. No growling, no issues with that. I also gave him a little bit of time to kind of settle in and be curious around the barn and all of the other animals. And then now I'm bringing him out here. So I did do a little bit of intentionality relative to when to bring him out. I wanted him to be a little bit tired. That way there was less drive potentially for him to play with the chickens. But as you can maybe see over here, he really doesn't seem to care. So we're going to walk around. His father, his mother, and his auntie Maremma are the same way. I have very low-key dogs here. Manny and I are very fortunate in that sense. We're very low-key with these animals. We've learned a lot. We've made a lot of mistakes in the last 12 plus years. We've had a lot of dogs come and go through here for various reasons. We've had some that didn't work out, some that did, we had several that have just passed in the last few years, and that's one of the reasons why we started doing the succession planning for our puppies. So hence the reason why we had puppies. We're not a breeder. We needed more dogs, and then that is why. So this is what we've got going on over here. We've got some more chickens, as you can see, very heavily nested into the field. This is actually kind of cool, to be honest. I haven't seen them out here like this, spread out. And then we've got some guineas, as you can see, running around. Some of the sod equipment in the background. So we sawed off different parts of the property through the year at different times, and that gives us a little bit of an opportunity to put down some new seed, but it also gives us an opportunity to take advantage of the resources that we have here on the farm. Many of us are looking at alternative options, sustainability, and different things like that. So we are definitely being conscientious about those things. The bees are in the far, far pasture over yonder. The piggies are over there still. It's kind of hard to see with some of the tall grass. We've got the laying ducks and the meat ducks up there. And here we've got Amadeus and Tank. That was a really nice interchange because they haven't spent a super duper lot of time together. Not for any other reason than I think Ami was overwhelmed with the puppy hole concept. And you can see Tank is real chill. He is true to form with his mom and dad. Now that doesn't mean that we're not going to have issues at some point later as he goes through the puppy stages. But at least for now, he's showing no drive to like play with them and mess with them. At least in this split second. So we want him to be aware of what's going on with the chickens. We want him to be cognizant of what's happening. But we really, really also want him to not care about them in the sense that he walks by them, doesn't care what they're doing, whether they're, eating, drinking, whatever, scratching. We just want him to be chill about it. And since his personality is pretty mellow and kind of lay around and kind of park himself, that's one of the reasons why we kind of nicknamed him Tank. And it's kind of sticking. Manny and I have spent like the last 20 minutes kind of discussing, hey, should we come up with a different name for him or not? And I kind of ran through what we did for the girls and for Ami. But we decided to stick with Tank. We just decided we liked it and it described his personality. He is thorough about what he does. He's curious and mobile, but he is also solid and will just rest and hang. And that's what we really liked about him. So we're excited to see how he develops. I don't know, there's a whole bunch of chickens over here. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm going to intentionally walk through them. I'm going to kind of see if I can kind of get you. And you're going to see I'm not going to do much correction right now. And the reason I'm not is because I really would like to see what he's going to do. What is his disposition? How is he going to deal with them? How's he going to respond? Is he going to try to go after them? He just looked over there because one of them squeaked. How you doing, bud? You and all your loveliness. You tired? Yes, you are. Oh, maybe we need to go show you where the waterer is. Come on, let's go over to the water. Come on. Let's show you where the water is, because when you come in to do gardening with mom and dad, you are going to need... I'm in flip-flops, guys, so I am not going to step in some of that mess. Water? Want to get water? This way he gets used to it. Yes, and we do leave our water so they have a little bit of drip over. We do that on purpose. It keeps the funky funk from the top from building up. And we do use some apple cider vinegar in there. And on occasion, got some laying hens that have decided to be creative. Yep, and it's over. So there we go. You good? Do you want some water? Here, come here. There you go. There you go. Good boy. All right, so now he knows where the water is in here. They're different shape and design from the ones he has in his little doghouse, so he is right behind me. All right. He just tried to bite at my calf, so I just sidestepped him and we'll work on that, which means that he's starting to get a little bit bored. There we go. I use an audible grunt or a growl, and that's how I work with them. I don't use the word no a lot with the dogs because I want there to be thought-provoking in how I deal with them in a very natural way, but also really important to me is I want them to respond to me. I don't want them to respond to anyone else, meaning anybody else that comes onto the property or may interact with them. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Farmer Nicole. I am here with Tank at Circle C Farm from our pasture to your plate. I think we're going to wrap it up this evening. Thank you very much for being part of the Circle C Farm family. EatCircleCfarm.com. From our pasture to your plate. Taste the difference, feel the difference, experience the difference.